What's up, guys? My name is Steven.
My name is Morel.
And welcome back to the NHL OPENions podcast. We're just going to jump right in here. I'm sure all of you know by now what happened to Dennis Wideman last week. What it looked like, blatantly looked like cross-checking an official on his way to the bench after taking a hit himself. It was seen here. He received a 20-game suspension. What's your thoughts on that?
I thought the suspension was too lengthy. However, I can see the NHL's justification of it. I mean, since it is an official, I guess you have to go per that length. I mean, I think you can justify it either way for the length. Some people saying it could be longer, some are saying it should be shorter. I mean, you can justify it either way. Just depends how you see it. What's your opinion on it?
I think it's way too lengthy. And I think the NHL also handed it out to be lengthy like that, and I'll tell you why. I think they fully intended that he was gonna, what's it called, with the NHLPA? What are they doing?
Oh, that they're gonna
they're challenging
it. Yeah.
I think that's why. I think they wanted to look like they're on the official side here, because you can't give Wideman, which has no history of any of this, like through none of his playing career, 20 games, and then someone with the antics of Torres should be out of the league.
I mean, well, I totally agree with your opinion. I mean, I feel like they definitely knew it was going to be challenged, so they made it that length, because now maybe if they bring in an arbitrator, it gets bumped down to like 15, maybe 10 games. So I can see what you're saying. If they originally made it 10 games, then they bring in an arbitrator and it's 5 games. So I can see what you're saying there, but with respect to, for example, comparing him to Raffi Torres, I mean, I agree with you. Wideman's a way cleaner and more respected player than Raffi Torres. There's no doubt about that.
100%.
But the difference is Raffi Torres, when he makes a dirty hit, it's on players, and here it's on an official. So the NHL basically wants to send a message that, hey, there's no tolerance what you do to an official. So I think that's why there's a difference between, I guess, how the league suspends Torres and how they just suspended Wideman right now.
I think, I know what you're saying, but regardless, you're right. It's intolerable. It did look pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I think he was going to hit anything or anyone that stood in his way. However, I don't think it should be a 20-game suspension. Maybe still slap the $500,000 fine, because he's actually going to lose somewhere around $550,000 of salary. I say slap a huge fine like that, but give him at least only 5 or 10 games. I don't think it deserves more than 10 games, in my opinion.
Yeah, the way I saw it, I felt like, hey, it should be a 10-game suspension. Like, don't do it again. I mean, from his press release, you could just tell he had no intent. You could tell he's being genuine about it. Mm-hmm. However, when you watch the replay and you see the optics, I mean, kind of just when he hits the official, it's kind of like, hey, get out of my way, I'm trying to get to the bench.
Yeah.
And then when he doesn't even stop and help the official up, it just looks awful. He just hits him, goes on the bench. Hey, where's my Gatorade?
That's true.
So it looks terrible, and I think just because of that, the NHL just says, hey, we gotta suspend you this long. You didn't even make an attempt to apologize or anything during play. I mean, after he came out, yeah, but during play, I mean, it looked like he would have hit a Nashville player on his way to the bench and just sat there. That's what it looked like to me.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't even think this was a week earlier. Milan Lucic punches an official. How long did Lucic get suspended for?
Well, that's different though. You can easily, just from the optics of it, you can tell that Lucic's intent wasn't to punch the official.
Well, we can't base it on intent. That's still a punching, straight sucker punching an official.
No, I mean, I understand what your argument is, especially because you're a Flames fan, so you're trying to say
this has nothing to do with that.
No, but Lucic, you can tell he's trying to punch the player. He's not trying to punch the linesman or the referee. I forget which it was. It was probably the linesman, since he's breaking up a fight. Yeah, I mean, just the way you could tell he's punching I believe it was a Colorado player. I mean, I
think so, yeah.
Yeah, you can clearly tell he's trying to punch the player and he missed it. I mean, the NHL is going to base it off of optics here, because you can't play the he said, she said game. You basically just play it off the visuals and how it looks to the person watching it.
I don't know. You know what? I guess we'll find out. I personally think 20 games is too much.
I think it's too much as well. I'm not denying that, but I will not. I mean, if I see it getting reduced, I don't see it getting reduced more than 5 games.
I think it goes down to 10. I think 10 is where it gets to. I think that's what they wanted, giving him 20 games initially, because now you have to set the bar. So that means giving Wideman 20 games. If it was a dirty player, same thing. Do you think he's only gonna get 20 games?
I mean, I think if it was a
whole season.
If it was a dirty player, I think it would be longer. Yeah, because Wideman's obviously well respected. He hasn't ever been suspended.
That's a quarter of the year.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a dirty player, hey, yeah, that's for sure. It's longer. So I think that's what the message they're trying to send. It's like, hey, like, look at this guy. He plays clean and he still got 20 games. So don't even think about it if you have suspensions already.
Well, it remains to be seen, guys. Until next time, take care.